Dear readers, we bring this message with love and encouragement at a time when so much of the world seems to be drowning in the false creations of a spiritually asleep collective. Never forget that every person is the creator of their world, because every person is a living, breathing expression of the one and only creative reality, God, divine consciousness, source, or whatever you wish to call it. Earth's collective consciousness has been creating, maintaining, and sustaining the three-dimensional belief system for a very long time. But as increasingly more individuals wake up to truth, it is gradually becoming more enlightened, which in turn allows the world greater access to ideas of truth and oneness while shifting Earth's energy to new and higher levels. This is the ascension process. Long ago, the master teacher Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the light." But the unenlightened consciousness of most at that time, and even now, believed that he was talking about himself, personally being the way, truth, and light. I is the name of God, the only name God has or can have, because it is every person's true identity. The Master Jesus, as well as many other spiritual masters over time, tried to explain that I does not refer to a human person, but rather is the real identity of every person infinitely governing, maintaining, and sustaining the fullness of IT self in and as them and all IT's other expressions. Most are as of yet unable to experience the governing qualities of their own divine self because they have blocked them by creating their own personal world of separation from a consciousness filled with beliefs of duality, separation, and two powers. Metaphysics is changing a bad picture into a good one through rites and rituals, prayers, ceremonies, tools, etc. Mysticism is the realization that nothing needs to be changed. Those who live from a consciousness of I am are mystics. Most think of a mystic as someone who lives far away and alone, meditating 24/7. This image, like so many other concepts, represents a very limited three-dimensional interpretation of spirituality that is based beliefs of separation from God. Where is the need to seek out holy places, follow some guru, perform rites and rituals, etc., if God is already fully present within? Would it not make more sense to seek God where God is? Every person is a mystic living a mystical life when they live from a consciousness of oneness. Mystics go to work, sweep floors, cook dinner, do laundry, teach, nurse, fix computers, and carry out garbage. A mystic simply knows who he/she is and lives it. Many are awake in that they intellectually know the principles of truth, but think of it something interesting to discuss, but too impractical to actually take seriously or live. Truth must be known and practiced until it eventually, through grace, becomes your state of consciousness, where it then flows as who and what you are in every moment of every day and in every circumstance. A mystic lives in the world, utilizing its gifts and properties as needed, but is not of it. The world, as it has been known and accepted, is rapidly changing, as the high-frequency energies now streaming to Earth open more individuals to ideas based in truth. The dense energies manifesting as the material world must dissolve in the presence of higher light energy, because the light is real, whereas the lower resonating energies that constitute concepts is not. Concepts created from beliefs of duality, separation, and two powers have nothing to support, maintain, or sustain them other than a belief in them. Be willing to release the past and its accompanying programming, because you have reached a place where most of it no longer serves you. Ask yourself, what am I believing about this? In the light of what I now know, is it true? The world in general continues to promote duality, fear, and a sense of self as being separate from God, people, and other life forms. Relationships are promoted as the idea that every person is half of a couple. Intelligence is limited to some but not others. Certain people are better, smarter, more entitled than others, and death and disease are just around the corner for everyone. Unless you eat this but not that, do this but not that, look or dress this way, have this much money, etc., etc. Stay present, alert to, and aware of the infinity of false suggestions flowing to you from the collective day and night for acceptance or rejection. The contents of the collective are available to everyone, but only you can choose what to accept and align with. If only one person believing in duality, separation, and two powers remained in the world, every person would still have access to it, because there is only one consciousness. The world that most have experienced and come to accept through having lived hundreds of lifetimes is not the world of God's creating, but rather is the manifestation of individualized God consciousness, conditioned with beliefs of duality, separation, and powers other than the one power. It is time, past time, to cease attempting to patch and prop up the illusory world and begin acknowledging the real one. Every person has accumulated and continues to carry old energy from the past. In order for individuals to align with the higher frequencies of the new earth, these energies must clear and will often manifest physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually as they do. This is why so many, even those spiritually awake, are experiencing troublesome issues in their lives at this time. You are being transformed into the